Hi, Gato.
It's gonna be hard for me to say Danny instead of Maria. So I was like, hey, and I'm like, brain fart.
I know, me and my 100 names. My best friend in Ecuador calls me Dana.
Dana? Why?
Dana.
No, I know
I,
Dana, but Dana. I know a Dana.
yeah,
That's why I was like, why?
I don't know. They used to call me Danny, and then one day she started calling me Dana, and my sister sometimes calls me Dana too.
Weird.
So like I go, oh, and my mom's best friend calls me Mary instead of Maria or Daniela.
Okay.
And then there's this really big dude that calls me mom. It's totally weird.
Mom?
Yeah, my son.
Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
look so confused.
I thought you were talking about a
Well,
client for a second.
some of his friends also call me mom, so I guess.
I guess.
I
It's
guess.
weird. None of my friends have ever called my mom mom. Just no. Stay in your lane. My mom.
You possessive.
I am. With my mom, I am.
Might you be a Taurus? I think you smell like a Taurus. I think you sound like a Taurus. They can't see you sticking your tongue out at me.
Well, I'm doing the noise.
Oh, I don't know. The microphone wasn't picking it up.
Uh, Whatever, man.
Whatever, man. All right. How did you like House Moon Castle?
House Moving Castle, I liked a lot. The animation, I thought the whole thing was cute. The only thing I was confused about at the end, so it was her love that kind of broke the curse.
Yes.
Her love towards House. Okay,
Because
I was like, I think
because
that's what happened, but I'm not sure.
because she loved him, she could touch the heart.
That makes sense.
That's why when she pulled him out of the fire, nothing happened. When,
Mm,
when she
but
picked up when she picked up Calcifer from the chimney.
yeah, but so was this the witch. She was able to grab the heart too.
But did you see when she took the heart, the house was falling apart? Or it was
Oh,
before
okay.
that?
I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so mad at the witch when she fucking was first she was acting all nice, like, oh, you're so sweet and stuff, and then she tries to get the heart. It's like, bitch, you were just nice. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, the book has more. I really dislike her mom, and the book has a little bit more about the mom and stuff like that. So if you
Yeah, the
ever
way
get a
her mom
chance,
sold her
read the
out.
book.
Mm,
Yeah.
I was mad about that. And it doesn't show her again after that.
No, I now I read the book years ago, and I've actually been wanting to read it again. And I think I bought the book on Kindle, so I gotta check if it's on my Kindle so I can read it again.
Mm, but Howls I really liked.
All
It was
right.
cute.
Now you say House I really liked. I have a feeling you didn't like Underworld.
No.
Why?
I literally pushed Ernesto and I both pushed through to finish the movie. And I was like, the only reason I'm even finishing this movie right now is because I promised Maria and she's watching The
Now,
Boys.
did you watch it keeping in mind that it's an old movie?
Yes, that wasn't the issue. The issue is that when we first started, they started talking about the fucking duel, no sé qué, between the vampires and the werewolves, and we're
Uh-huh.
like, they just throw you in there.
Yes.
And I'm like, but what the fuck?
But they give you all the information.
They do, but then we looked it up, and you're actually the chronological order is supposed to be not Underworld. It's supposed to be what's it called? Underworld and the something with the werewolves.
Yeah, because they don't put it, they didn't bring them out in order. But it's kind of like, what's the name of the movies that everybody's gonna hate me for forgetting the name of? Star Wars.
Yuck.
Star Wars did not come out in order, in
I'm
chronological order.
I'm not
So
watching Star Wars.
kind of the same. But I don't know. I like Underworld. I like Underworld a lot. I'm sad you guys didn't like it, but you gave it a try.
I did, and we were like halfway through, and I'm just like, we're just like, can we stop? And I'm like, no, I promised Maria, so let's keep watching. And then it was just
But at the end, I don't remember much, but at the end, it turns out that the lichens and the werewolves are actually related. It was two siblings.
in a way, yeah. But also there was a part I forgot. It was towards the end. I think it was with the guy that she fell in love with. 45 fucking minutes for him to get from point A to point B. Not really 45 minutes, but he was just walking so slow. Like towards the end, we're like, okay, let's speed up the movie so we can get to the Oh,
All
we did
right.
not
Well,
enjoy it.
okay. But you liked Howl's Moving Castle, which I like Howl's
Yes.
Moving Castle way more than
Oh yeah.
Underworld.
I would watch Howl's Moving Castle a second time versus watching Underworld.
I watch it every year for my birthday.
No, that I know. But yeah, like I know I said that for you to keep watching The Boys, I would watch the rest of the Underworlds, but I kind of want to take that back.
You can take it back. I'm not. The Boys was okay. It's not anywhere near as gory as you guys made it sound it was gonna be, like at all.
You have to keep watching.
I don't. I guess
It's pretty gory, and Danny, I think
I'm
Danny
like
watches it too. She could tell you it's pretty gory too.
I'm like episode 3 or 4.
I don't know what
It's
happened
not.
yet.
It's not.
What's your take on Homelander?
I haven't seen it. Oh yes, sorry. I was thinking home. I was thinking. Never mind. He's evil.
I fucking hate Homelander. Great actor, but I
Yeah, I'm
fucking
on.
hate his guts.
I was about to go into episode 4. Yeah, I don't hate him that much yet. Like I said, only episode 4, and I don't even know if I'm gonna keep watching. Um, but yeah.
This last season, the finale, oof, it was so good. But it's like, fuck,
Mhm.
now I gotta wait for season 5.
I hate that too.
It had a really good cliffhanger.
That's why I like K-drama. 16 episodes and you're done. Move on with your life.
I
Next time
know.
we do this, I'm gonna recommend a K-drama, but one that I think Ernesto will also like.
Okay. Okay. Wait, have you seen Modern Family?
Yes, I love it.
Damn. Okay, no, I can't
I love
recommend it. I'm
Modern
on
Family.
season 3, I believe.
I really like them.
I love Gloria. But I also love
Gloria's
Cam.
amazing.
Cam,
Who, Cam?
I'm
I
gonna
can't stand Cam. I cannot stand
I
Cam.
love him.
No. Cam and the daughter's husband, Phil. I
Oh, Phil
can't.
is so fucking annoying.
I can't. I don't know how she's married to him. I can't.
The episode I just watched, apparently, and this is spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Modern Family, um, where the his friend or someone he was trying to impress fucking kisses his wife, and he let it happen.
Where? Who?
In Modern Family, Phil was trying to either impress someone, or I don't know who this guy was, but when he said bye to him and Claire, he fucking kissed
I
Claire on the
remember this.
mouth
Yes,
and
yes.
left.
Did you
Like,
see the
what?
whole episode?
Yes. He
Yeah,
does it to everybody, but it's fucking weird.
it is weird.
And the fact that you didn't react the first time he did it, he was just like, oh my God, I think it went well. Did you not see what just happened? Well, yeah, he just said hi. He almost gave me a hug. I'm like, this guy's so oblivious. I
And I don't know
can't.
how you feel about Claire. Oh,
Claire's
I
driving me up
guess
the wall.
I know
No.
that that's from a song, and I cannot remember what song it's from, and it drives me crazy.
What part?
Life and all its madness. That's it. It's a
Interesting.
spoken part of a song.
I
I'm
don't know.
Googling it.
But yeah, Jay is hilarious. I'm at the part where Gloria is going through pregnancy brain. Claire's such a bitch though. When she found out that Gloria was pregnant, she's like, "Oh my God, you're gonna get fat." Like, really? That's
But
what you care
yeah,
about?
but she gets better afterwards. Remember that at the beginning, she does not like Gloria.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's because Phil has a crush on her,
Yeah.
and he makes it very obvious. So it doesn't make it any better. But I absolutely love Cam, especially with the time they locked Lily in the car. He grabs the trash. I love his high pitched screams.
Yeah.
And I show Ernesto every time he does it, he just starts cracking up. He's like, I love it. I don't know if
All
I'll be
right.
able to get him to watch it. You found it?
I'm looking. Am I making it up? Am I making
Life,
it up?
life and its madness.
No, it goes. Life and all its madness. And then the song kicks in. I get a lot of shit like, what do you think is a word? Blah, 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 da, da, da. Word song intros. I think it's a song by The Use. Maybe Andres knows. Let me see if I can get Andres to come over. I'm gonna yell. Sorry. Andres!
Madness by Muse?
It's not, the name is not Madness. Nene, I think there's a song by The Used that the intro is like a disc scratching, and then goes and then it goes life and all its madness, and then it drops into the song. What song is that? You know what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
So you're not making it up.
I'm not making it up. It's ooh.
Do you know at least who sings it?
The Used.
They Used?
Yeah. And it's in that album. What's that album's name? He found it. Oh,
Which one is it? No?
Not this one?
it is that one. I had the lyrics wrong. I was never gonna find it. Thank you, mi amor.
Yeah.
Thank you for knowing all about the music I like. I had the lyrics completely wrong. Completely wrong. Take it away. The song is called Take It Away. Let me know if you hear it.
Life's greatest questions have always been, who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? Where am I going? You are about to see and hear one of the most significant messages given to us from God.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Sound like an audiobook.
I was way off.
Yeah, we
Hey,
were never gonna find it with what you said.
Take it away. Yeah, I was never gonna find it. Ever, 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 ever. There has life and all its man. I don't know. Fell in love with a chemical romance. I like that song a lot. It's
At
a
least
really
you don't
good
have
song.
the whiskey song in your head.
Why would you mention the whiskey song?
Because I have it in my head now.
Did you listen to the Spin Doctors?
No. No.
All right. I think we need to pivot back into topic. So, all right. So we've been super non-ABA for a good, what, 20 minutes? 25 minutes. Um, let's get a little ABA, and there's the thing that happened with your friend that kind of explains why it's sometimes absolutely terrifying to work with a different company than the one you started with.
Yep.
Especially if the one you started with is not a bad company, and it has a good reputation, but maybe there's certain things that don't fit well with you, and you're just terrified of going out and finding something that fits well. I also think some companies use fear mongering. Everybody else does bad things. Everybody else commits insurance fraud. Only we do things right. We
Yeah,
cannot
it's kind
pay
of like
more.
it's like kind of like a boyfriend. It's like, oh, if I break up with you, how do I know I won't find something better?
What if I find someone worse than you? Then I'm fudged,
Right?
right? Yeah. All right. So tell us, share about your friend.
So I found out a couple months back that my friend has started working with an ABA company. And I was like, oh, that's great because I've been wanting her to come back. And, I was thinking of maybe getting her to start her RBT course and be able to start working here as an RBT. But then it started kind of going downhill the more she explained about the company. Because she tells me that she's an RBT, right?
Uh-huh.
But the company told her that she is not allowed to use her ABA number, not even RBT number, ABA number with any other ABA company. Already that sounded weird to me. So I was like, what do you mean an ABA number? She's like, oh, well, I signed apparently a non-compete and I can't use my ABA number and work for another ABA company. I'm like, what are you talking about an ABA number? Because
That's where I was
you're
gonna
supposed to
go.
have,
What
huh?
is an ABA number?
That's what I asked her, and she's like, "Oh, well, it's my number for me to like. It's a certificate that I did, like a course I did, and then the certificate has my ABA number for me to practice ABA." I'm like, "Send me a picture of the certificate." It looks like a whatever certificate, not the usual RBT certificate that you get when you pass the exam that
There's
the
no
BACB
age or
gives you.
number or anything like that there.
No, it was just a certificate number, but she could. And here's the funny thing: I asked her, "What is your ABA number?" She says she doesn't have it, and the company won't give her the ABA number because only HR has access to that, and they're afraid that she's gonna take the number and go somewhere else. Because a lot of people have done it before. They'll start with the company, take the.
Do you think it's like a Medicaid number?
It's not. Because here's the thing, I was like, you know what? Let me try looking it up. So I go to the BACB, type in her name, her maiden name, her married name. She does not show up whatsoever on the BACB. So she doesn't have an RBT number. I don't know how it works in that state, but when she told me that, I was like, you're not even an RBT because you don't show up on that BACB. And I showed her, this is my certificate letter that I got when I passed my exam with my RBT number from the BACB. Did you take an exam or anything? She's like, no, I didn't take an exam with Pearson. I didn't do any of that. I'm like, okay. So they're probably trying to scare you to not go to any other company, but you're not an RBT. You are whatever it is that they have you under, like in their own whatever made up title, but you're not an RBT.
Yeah.
I have to follow up with her on that because
You need to follow up because it sounds weird. And another thing that's I believe that recently weren't the whole non-competes done? Or are we
yeah,
still
I've heard
having
about that too,
non-competes?
that the non-competes are not a thing, but I even looked up the company because I asked her for the name of the company, and the title is not registered behavior technician. It's like behavior interventionalist or something like that,
Yeah,
or
I've heard of, yeah, it's kind of like, you know how at the company where they say behavior tech when you don't have the RBT?
behavior assistant. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's kind of interchangeable, I
yeah,
think.
but
I don't know. I do not know. So I did a search and I'm at that state's, oh, they have an extreme heat advisory at that state right now. So I'm
oof,
at that state's website and it here says applied behavior analysis, but only says it only gives us an explanation of what it is, but nothing else.
I don't
So
know.
it's strange. It'd be good if you get an update for her from her. It just seems weird.
It does. And I think I had already started with the other company that I'm currently with. But if I would have seen that, like if I would have gotten just her story alone, that would have scared me to not apply anywhere else. Because I've done interviews with other companies, and one of the companies that I interviewed with, I think last year it was, they told me that it was unethical to work with two different companies because the BACB wouldn't be able to differentiate the supervisor that you're working with, which I know is not true. And they probably lied to me to try to think like I'm just some new RBT trying to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
But the BACB, the supervisor puts and lists you on the BACB as your supervisor.
Yep.
So they're gonna know.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
was like,
Yep.
all
Yep.
right, well, if a company is gonna lie to me and tell me that, I don't want to be with that company. And I've heard that they're kind of like a clique kind of company, so kind of like Mean Girls style, but they know their shit.
Which
So it's
one?
like they know their shit, but they're very clicky. I
Which
don't like that.
company?
Uh, huh?
Which one?
The one I interviewed with last year.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I missed that part. Well, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
miss it, but I thought you jumped into another company.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get that they may know their stuff, but I don't like that vibe.
But do they know their stuff? Because they try to lie to you. Either they lie to you or they believe their lies.
Listen, I was told from people who have worked with that company that they do know their shit. But when I explained to them how my interview went, they're like, "Oh, I bet it was this person. She's very sketchy or no sé qué." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
But okay, so the people that work there say, yeah, they know their shit. So I'm wondering, do they think they know their shit because that's the only company they've ever worked with?
I don't know. That's a good question. Very good question. But I don't know. Anyways, glad I didn't go with them because the company that I'm with now, love my supervisor. And
That's
like,
awesome.
anytime she gives me stuff to do, I have this bad habit of finishing quickly. So I'm like, hey, do you have anything else? And she just threw another project at me, and I'm like, yes, more hours. So I'm just trying to get the 20 hours this month until I can actually start with the client. And
Mhm.
uh then I should be good hopefully for next month.
That's good.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But
I had,
very helpful, very informative. Love her.
yeah, so I was in college and one of my professors offered an internship. That's what they called it back then. It was an internship.
Mm-hmm.
And you got paid $8 an hour. 9 of you picked up to clients. So
Jesus.
yeah. So I remember going with them. We were 1099. And I really liked it. I enjoyed the company. My supervisor was amazing. I learned so much from her. There are things, there are things that I still hear her voice when they're happening. Like I see a kiddo do something and I got to tell the RBT what to do. But in my head, I hear her voice, right? It's like her voice is telling me, or things like that. She was really, really amazing. I learned a whole lot, but I was
That
always
sounds
afraid.
familiar.
Does it?
Yes, because whenever I do, I told you that whenever I do a section for like the training materials, and then I write something out, and then I hear you in my head, Caro, but what if this behavior? Oh, that doesn't seem like you need to elaborate on this. Oh, you need to, and I'm just like,
I'm the voice in your head.
uh-huh.
Yeah. No, she was amazing. I had very good supervisors there, but I worked mostly with one directly, and I had another one who I did most my non-restricted with, who became a very, very well, she became a friend, and then we kind of like drifted apart. But at one point, I did consider her a very, very good friend. So that company did bring a lot of good things, but I was always afraid to venture out, right?
Mm,
Always afraid to venture out. And I remember at one point, a bunch of people quit and went to work with another company.
oof.
And that company doesn't take Medicaid. And it was like, I don't know. I remember that the fear mongering kind of started there, where it was like, oh, everybody else, commits insurance fraud and we don't, and things like that. You just heard, oh, I used to work at this company and it was terrible, or this other company used to do it like that. Well, what they were doing wasn't allowed. So you start getting that little fear of going
Yep.
somewhere else because you already have fear because you know nothing else, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
always say I used to call my supervisor my BCBA mom because you come into ABA and it's completely different. It's a different language, it's a different set of rules.
Yep.
Granted, they are natural rules, like, a behavior is a natural phenomenon and it has its rules and stuff like that, and that's why it works, but you don't know about it. I'm guessing it's like someone going into what's it called, the people that predict the weather. Yeah, you know weather. You've always lived with weather, but you don't know the rules and the words of weather. And if you go into it, you're brand new. I feel with behavior is the same
Yep.
thing. You go into it and everything is new. So then this person is teaching you all of that. And so I used to call her my ABA mom. And like leaving the house and venturing out, part of it feels almost like a betrayal. There's also the fear,
Yeah.
there's also this whole thing lot. One thing that pushed me was the company I worked with got sold, and they were like, oh, you're no longer going to be 1099. At that point, I was a BCABA.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, um, first we're rearranging. Everybody's gonna have areas, so you're gonna probably be taken off of your cases. And I was like, what? That was one
Damn.
thing. And then when they send me the contract, because you're no longer going to be 1099, you're going to be now employee.
W-2?
Yeah, W-2. They lowered my pay by, I want to say $4 or $3. I think I was making 35 and they brought me down to 31. Or I was making 34 and they brought me down to 30, something like that an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit. And thing is, I was doing a master's program. I had a kid. I was a single mom. I was head of household. I had rent, car payments. I had all this stuff.
You
And I was
needed the
like,
money.
$4 less an hour. You're taking away my clients. So I started
Mhm.
interviewing other places. I had interviewed at one place a time before, and I had turned down the job because I was afraid of switching over. Oh, you know why I turned down the job? With the company where we met the first time I interviewed with them?
Mm.
Because they said I had to go in person to Hialeah for the interview. And I was like, F that. I'm not driving to Hialeah. So I just, hey, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm going to be passing on. And that's why they had. So then I think I emailed them to see if there was still the opportunity. And they emailed me back and they're like, hey, we have a BCABA who's moving because her husband is in the military and she's leaving a full caseload. She's leaving 36 hours a week.
Wow.
She's in your area. You can transition in smoothly and take over. And I was like, okay. And then I want to say if I was making 34 at the other company, they were offering 36 or 39. So I was like, I have no choice. Am I terrified of leaving? Yes. Do I really want to leave? No.
No.
But can I do my master's, feed my child, pay my rent with $4 less an hour? Not really.
Yeah, especially with how expensive Miami is. Like,
Yeah.
oof.
So yeah. So that's why I switched. And I think the switch was a very, very smart move. Very, very smart move.
I
Uh,
enjoyed my not switch because I added on that company. So I do one company in the morning, one in the afternoon. But so far I'm liking it. And for the day that I do become a BCBA, we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Whether I do both or I stick with one, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to figure out what works for you. When I stuck with one for a long time, which was, no, I had two companies. I worked with two companies because I had a friend who owns a company. So I had one client with her. So I was with two companies. And the reason I was always with two companies because unfortunately at the time in Florida is very often you just didn't get paid. Oh, we're under review. Sorry, we can't pay you. We got to stop cases and you're stuck. And
Mm-hmm.
2 times I didn't get paid. 2 times I didn't get paid. And that just, again, based on my situation, anybody's situation, you can't not get paid. That's like not acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked with my friend. I had a couple cases with her. When COVID started, my hours kind of dropped a little bit with the company I met you at,
Mm-hmm.
and they lowered me a tier,
Yeah.
how they work.
Yeah.
And that lowered my salary. So then I applied to another company and same thing, they just had someone up and leave. Like this person just left. She didn't tell anybody she was no longer working. She just stopped showing up. And they gave
I
me all
wonder
of her
why people
cases.
think it's okay to do that.
I have no idea.
I
have
don't
no idea.
understand that. Like I cannot just up and leave my kiddos just like that for no reason.
She just stopped showing up. All the cases were a mess. And I was a new analyst and I was like, what the hell is this? Because I became an analyst, a BCBA in November 2019. And I want to
I
say,
got married the month after.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say March 2020, I got the other job. And that's how I met Danny.
Okay, so because I started with that company January 2020,
And I got you like what, March, April?
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And here I was with my bubbly personality, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a lot. And I still had imposter syndrome. So it was like, it was a lot. Even, and Danny was also like, she was like, can you give me feedback? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? I did this and I tried this and I read this and my other analyst said this. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, why is she asking me? Where's the analyst?
It's like, oh wait, that's me.
I'm the analyst.
Oh God.
And you were super, super bubbly and cute. And I was like, huh, interesting. Let's see how this goes. But I think we meshed well.
And
We
then I
meshed.
get punched in the face.
I got punched first.
Yeah, and with a cup, I think.
I went home with a black eye.
Yep. I tried to keep my distance and then nope. Punched in the face and I'm just standing there and I see you come out of the bathroom. You're just like, gotta go outside, take 5 minutes. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like, did that really just happen?
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
That
Yep.
case
yep,
was
yep.
scary altogether because anytime the client moved, we both jumped.
But you know what? At least you didn't fall into a river.
That's true.
That's been my week's thing. So I had my RBTs. I have sibling cases, and they're like, it's been a week. They're like, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. I'm listening to them, and I kind of already knew because they text me as things happen, and I'm listening. I look at them and I go, at least you didn't fall into a river.
That's the argument. You didn't fall into a river.
You could have fallen into a river.
You could only use that like this week. Next week you gotta go through something else and use that.
I gotta fall in another river.
Another river, or like full body slam into the river, get water head to
I
toe.
think that I should be able to use the I fell into a river for a month. You need to give me a month of it. It's not every day that you fall into a river.
I got nothing. Yeah.
I was even thinking of making like a post, and I was gonna ask you guys for stories and do like, so why were you late to your next client this week? I fell into a river.
I got no stories for now. Both my
Yeah.
clients are just
But even from
beautiful.
before, you don't have any stories? Well, no, but things that happen, like instead of going home now, I have to go home to change my clothes.
Nope.
Or great, now I'm showing up with ketchup on my shirt. No,
No.
so it's
I had a
only
client once threaten to throw her like soda on me because she was just in a bad mood that day, and that case alone was just a mess. But I forgot what happened. I think she was supposed to start her homework or something because she was being homeschooled, and she was like, "I'm gonna throw this soda at you." I'm like, "Okay." And then once she opened it and lifted her hand up, I went and grabbed the soda without even thinking. And then she's like, "Why'd you grab it?" I'm like, "Because you said you were gonna throw it, right? So I just wanted to make sure that you don't throw it." And then she just went on to sipping the soda. But I was just like, because I was like, when I agreed, I'm like, okay. She's like, "I know you don't have an extra change of clothes in your car." And in my head, I'm like, I should probably start bringing myself some.
I tend to have it and then something happens and I use it and I never put it back. But I keep pads and and tampons in my car, like a whole box of them. Uh, and I keep a pair of socks in my car.
Yep, I'm terrible with that. But then again, because of this birth control that I'm taking, like I can kind of like once I take out the ring on Sunday, I'm like, okay, my period's gonna start Thursday. It's gonna last maybe 4 days, and then on Sunday I put the next one back in. So I can kind of already predict more or less when I get my period, so I don't have to do that.
I know when I get it. It's not I can tell. I can tell you I'm gonna get my period tomorrow. And I'll wake up and like, oh, it's coming today, and I'll put a thing.
I can't
And
do
it's
that.
I can tell because of the way my body feels, my breast, all of that. I can really tell. My problem is it's really, really heavy. So
Yeah, so is mine.
sometimes, I take 2, 3 pads with me and 2 tampons, and just that day it decided to be hell on earth. And I'm, done with my first client of the day, and I've already gone through the 3 pads and I'm down to 1 tampon.
Oof.
So
See, what I do is I put the tampon and I still have a pad just in case.
I do the
But
same
after 8
thing.
hours, I take that out and I'm like, okay, slow down a bit. And then I'm here watching a movie. I fucking sneeze or laugh, and I'm like, oh, okay.
After 8 hours, I wish. I wear a tampon and an overnight pad, and I'm changing every 4 to 3 hours.
Oh
Both.
no, yours is like super heavy then.
Both. I'm changing both every 2 to 3 hours. Sleep. Sleep. I don't know what sleep is. I wake up 2, 3 times at night. Sometimes I got to shower.
Oh hell no. Yeah, I stopped using the overnight ones years ago because it doesn't get that bad for me anymore. Plus, I felt like I was wearing I wear the thin ones now because I used to wear the like the gruesito, the thick pads.
Oh,
Bro,
I
I felt like I
don't.
was wearing a diaper.
No, I wear the foam ones. Overnight foam. They're thin like this. They're just long
But
and they
always.
have big wings. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one I use.
with foam.
Yeah, the foam flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I use, the blue one.
Mm-hmm. No, I use the orange one and the purple one.
Yeah, those are I have level 2. If that makes any sense.
I'm 3 and 4.
Yeah. Oof.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
That sounds terrible.
It's really bad. I am miserable. I am totally miserable that whole time.
And I don't have cramps anymore. Thank God. I remember when I didn't use birth control or anything, and I would wake up worst cramps of my life to where I couldn't go to work that day.
My cramps are not the reason I don't go to work. I get cramps, they're uncomfortable, but they're not the reason I don't go to work. It's so heavy that I know I'm like at our client. I was already on my third day, so I should have been okay. And I'm sitting at where they kept the laundry and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and I'm doing something with him, right? And then we're done, and I stand up and I just felt it. Like I felt it. I felt boom. And I look down and my inner thighs, it's just blooming red. And I'm like,
Oh no.
so I look at mom and I'm like, I have to go. I am so sorry. I checked down on the seat. Thank God nothing was on their seat. So I'm like, I'm so sorry, I gotta go. So that's why I take off. It's not, I do feel bad with the cramps, but if I take a leave or something, I'll be okay. And I do get headaches, but it's more of, you know how embarrassing it would be standing up from a chair at a client's house and there's a big stain?
Oh, don't even. I haven't gone through that, and I'm just so scared
Uh,
of that happening. And even then, like when I'm hot, and I don't know if it happens to you, but when you're hot and you're sweating, you just feel your period more. It's so uncomfortable. And I'm just like, how bad am I? And well, at least in my case, I look and I'm like, okay, I'm not bleeding that much, but goddamn, I'm just hot
And
and it's
then
uncomfortable.
I don't know, we spoke about I have yes bathrooms and no bathrooms homes. And I avoid the no bathroom homes during that time.
Yes, bathroom, no bathroom?
Yes. Yes, bathroom. Your bathroom is clean and suitable for me to use. You have a trash can, toilet paper, and I've never seen it dirty. No
Mm-hmm.
bathroom. It smells. It's dirty. There's no trash can.
Oh, I did not know about that. I'm gonna
I
send
thought
you a
you knew.
picture of my, no, I'm gonna send you a picture of my bathroom. My bathroom has everything.
So your bathroom's a yes bathroom.
Both my bathrooms are yes bathrooms. They have a little
Right
trash
now,
bin right there, the toilet, extra toilet paper. Oh yeah, they have the little thingy with extra toilet paper. And in my bathroom, my special bathroom, is where I set it up. It's so cute. I have the little baskets for the uh pads, panty liners if anyone needs. I ran out of tampons, so I got to buy the tampons again. But yeah, everything is so beautifully organized.
currently, because I'm still living out of boxes, my bathroom's a no bathroom. But I have no choice.
Well, as long as it's a yes bathroom when we go, because I'm not about to like throw all the toilet paper in your toilet, fucking
I don't
clog up your toilet.
understand. I don't understand in a house where women live why there's no trash can in the bathroom.
I don't know.
I don't. And then I was on TikTok and I heard that some people flush their tampons, and I'm like,
You're not
you're
supposed to.
you're not supposed to do that. And they flush
What the?
their pads, and I'm like,
That's a
oh
definite
my
no-no.
God.
Maybe they don't want to deal with the smell, but it's like then
But if you wrap it well and take out your trash,
I
there's
was
no
gonna say,
smell.
like, my mom taught me, you roll it up in the toilet paper and like really well, and then you throw it in the trash bin.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I don't know, do that. You're not gonna smell anything.
And take out your trash. You're not gonna smell anything. I don't know. I was shocked.
Unless you
I was
got dogs and then they go in the trash. But even then, close your fucking doors.
That's why I'm not a dog person. I love dogs. I like dogs, but
I wish we could bring Amelia to you guys, like for Friendsgiving. But no, she has to stay behind.
she does. Cleo
No,
wouldn't
whenever we travel, like we have to travel by plane, we're just like, we're never gonna take Amelia with us on a plane. I don't feel comfortable putting her like under the plane with all the bags, even if it's in a crate. I don't feel comfortable with that.
because she's big.
She's big, but also you're in an area that's just full of bags. You're hearing all these fucking noises. If there's
No,
turbulence, like
because if she was small, she would go in with you.
I've never seen that on a plane when I've gone. Like even like a
Yeah.
Yorkie size, I've never seen
Yeah.
them.
All the time, pay attention. My cats fly with me in the cabin.
Well, I saw on Instagram that there's apparently these little planes that are specifically for pet owners, no matter how big the dog is, and the dog can go up
Yeah.
with you.
And
But they're expensive.
I think Nina's dog also travels with her mom in the cabin.
But
And
isn't
she
that
has
a
a
big
golden
dog?
retriever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
a big dog.
because it's a therapy dog.
Oh, bueno. Amelia's
but
too high for her to be a therapy dog.
my cats travel with me in the cabin. When last time I went to Miami, I bought 2 seats so that they could both be with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Can't do that with Amelia.
Okay.
Oh God.
How
That
many
last-
boys do you think stopped listening?
How many what?
How many men do you think stopped listening?
After period talk, who knows? We should have put a disclaimer. If you don't want to hear about periods, you're gonna have to skip for maybe a few seconds, few minutes.
Editing Daniela shall say, hey guys, there's going to be a lot of period talk, so if you want to skip, go to minute blah blah blah.
Right? Gonna have to be that way, because if not, men are just gonna be like, ugh. I don't know why men are so weird about it. Ernesto's not.
Andres isn't either.
He'll even buy
But
the
Andres
pads for
grew
me
up with
if needed. So I don't know that Ernesto would buy the pads for me if needed. He's just like, okay, but you need to put exactly which one you need. And that's it. I don't know why
Have
for
you
some men
seen-
it's weird.
Have you seen the video of the guy that comes home with pats and wings? And she's like, no, I wanted a pat with wings. And he's like,
And that's what I got.
exactly.
Pad with
Pat
wings.
with wings. And
I
the
saw
whole
that.
video,
It
I'm
was
like,
great.
woman, just tell him I wanted pats that have wings.
No, because I think she tried explaining it, and he was like, "The fuck you mean the pads have wings? What purpose do the wings have?"
That was later. That was later.
That
Oh,
was too
yeah.
funny.
Funny. All right.
The ones I find funny are when the men are changing the diapers. And there's this one man, you can tell he's like in the military, and he's changing the diaper. He's just like, and he keeps like gagging as he's changing the baby, and the baby's just there smiling and laughing. Oh my God. I was like, God damn.
How old was the baby?
Like baby, like I don't think even a year old.
Because it doesn't smell that bad until they start eating real food.
That one smelled really bad apparently. Or maybe it was just the sight of the
idea.
poop, maybe. I don't know.
The
Because it was once
idea
he
of what
opened
it
the
is.
diaper.
Yeah. Yeah.